All right, hey, so I just wanted to show off this cool menu system that I've made for my snowboarding game here. You see that we've got our main menu. We have all sorts of different places that we can go to in our menu. Each of these buttons are connected to different screens, and it sort of smoothly glides across to different locations. And everything is really tightly configured. So the way that I did this is that I have a main parent node, the menu navigator, and this is going to be receiving signals sent by all of these children. This is a child, which is a scene that is instanced, and this scene has a script, and this script will be emitting the signal change windows. When a button is pressed, it'll say, let's say if we go to this button to go to audio video AV, when that button is pressed, it will emit the signal change windows with the passed parameter of AV, which is a string. So let's go back to our menu navigator script. You can see that I've got all these connections made just in code just to double check that everything is connected. When it receives the change windows signal, it tells the menu navigator to call the change windows function, and in there we take our passed string and find out which menu we need to go to. If our window is AV, our target position will be the position of the AV window, because this is actually the node right here is sort of full sizing the window size, and it's just offsetting itself to display the correct contents that I want to see within the bounds of the screen. So if you had a screen that was large enough to show each of these pixels, you would be able to unfairly click on buttons that didn't quite make sense, but the system is all meant so that it just receives the same signal. All of the necessary child nodes are connected by script, and they're all receiving the same thing. And I'm just using a tween node to interpolate the rectangle position of myself with the target position. And that's just one tween node that's hanging out doing all of this movement stuff as a child of the main parent. So again, like if I wanted to, let's say, add functionality of a new button, let's pretend that graphics doesn't actually do anything yet. Pressed goes to here. This connect is just done by the node thing because this is all, self-contained. It's in a saved scene that's in my project file system. And so then when our graphics button is pressed, then we'll emit our signal change windows graphics, and this doesn't have to know that it's being heard by the menu navigator. The menu navigator will just listen to the settings window and listen for when it says change windows. Call that function. What window did we call? Oh, we called the graphics window. The graphics window, okay, our target position to move is now going to be the graphics position. So that's the rectangle position of the graphics child times -1 because it is, going back to offset the location of the parent to make this all make sense to the camera. But at least connecting these systems through all of these signals has been really handy for me, and I've really enjoyed making menus modularly and just being able to keep building on stuff without having to worry about like switching scenes or loading times. This is all just UI stuff with Godot's theme editor and using the main basic features of Godot. I hope this was useful. If you've got any questions about how I did this, feel free to ask in comments. Otherwise, have a pretty good day.